There is a song which we sing in Shona, which says that when you are blessed, don't forget to thank God. Kana makomborerwa imi musazo kanga mwakutenda Mwari. Kana maropa fadzwa imi musazo kanga mwakutenda Mwari. Musa kanga mwakutenda Mwari. Musa kanga mwakutenda Mwari. Never forget when you are blessed to thank God. As they were healed, one of them among the 10 went back to Jesus. One from 10 went back to Jesus. The word of God says, as he saw Jesus, he was praising God with a loud voice. My soul say yes, say yes, say yes. My soul say yes to the Lord. He was praising God with a loud voice, thanking God with his voice. You know, there are people which God have done so much in their lives, but they don't think it's God. They think it just happened. They think things are happening because they are so smart. They think things are happening because they know how to plan. They think things are happening because they know how to eat certain foods to have good health. But this one man knew that it was God. He knew that it was Jesus. And the word of God says that when he saw Jesus praising him with a loud voice, he fell before the feet of Christ. And he said, thank you. Thank you for healing me. Thank you. Thank you for what you have done for me. The society had forgotten about me. I'm new again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Jesus looked at him and said, he asked the people, he said, like he forgot, like Reverend Gumbo, sometimes he forgets stuff. And Charles, you'll be, like Jesus forgets and he says, isn't it was 10 people? Like he didn't know it was 10 people. Isn't it was I healed 10 people? Why is it only one came to say thank you? Why is it only one came to say thank you? Do you know there are people who have an attitude of whatever people do for them, in their mouth, English calls it what? Vocabulary? What do you call it? What do you call it? I got it right? Okay. I have to check with those who are really educated. Right? The word thank you is not even in them. They think they deserve. If you do something for them, they think they deserve it or you owe them. You were supposed to do it. Some might even check with you and say, is this is this all you can do? Was I supposed to do it from the first place? Was I supposed to do it? There are people who cannot say thank you. But there are people who can say thank you even to little things. This man, he looked at himself and he said, I'm healed. I need to go back and say thank you. How many people have done something for you? Let's put God aside, because God uses people. We are the hands of Christ. How many people have done something for you? Have you got some time to go and say thank you? Just look at the person and say, you know what, I'm right here. I know what you did for me. And I came to say thank you. If you've taken that time, or you just take it for granted, ten people, one comes back. I call that tithing. 10% belongs to? 1 from 10 belongs to? Tithing is for what? For him, right? And his father just wanted to remind him that, you know what, I'll send only 1 from the 10 because it belongs to us. That man belonged to God. And as he said, thank you, let me remind you something. Just a day before yesterday, I remembered my son who is in Zimbabwe. And I said, let me help him, let me send him some little money, because he was doing some stuff which we had asked as the family for him to do. And I knew he doesn't have much. So I did send him some money through Western Union. And I did send him the receipt. And he was so happy. But what he didn't know, on that receipt, the number to collect money was not there. Do you know what happens with people in Zimbabwe when you send them money? As they are asking for money, they are calling and calling and calling, and you are a good friend, and they give you plans of how that money will work and everything, and they are calling and non-stop. The time you just send money and you send the number to collect the money, the phone call stops. You won't hear nothing from them forever. So I said, son, I want to train you right. Send you, and he can see that this is money in Western Union. And he went there, and they said, where is the code? The code is not there. He called me back, he said, did he send the code? I said, okay, I'll send the code. Up to now, I have not sent the code yet. It's 2 days. And he's calling me. He's sending, I love you. He's sending everything. He's like, Daddy, I'm now at the farm, which I was always sending him to the farm to do stuff. He never went there. I can show you pictures if you come to my office. He's at the farm. He even took his pictures in the field and said, I'm now in the field. And he said, you know, those cows which you wanted us to take from the other place, we took them. They are now here. Send the code. And I'm not sending the code. You see, these 10 men didn't know that they were healed, but they didn't have the code. Because Jesus is saying to this man who came back, he said, now you are healed. Be well. These other guys were not healed and they were not well. You know, sometimes your disease has been adjusted to a normal position, but it's still in you. Those other 9 were not well. And I think this man, after he was told now he is well, he started singing, it is well with my soul, it is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. With my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. Those other 9, of course, the disease had been stopped, but their relationship with God was not right. You might look healthy right now, but is your relationship with God right? Is it well with God? Give thanks to God. Give thanks to God.